Let me straighten up here. I don't want to make you dizzy. I rearranged my. Hi, Linda. Welcome. I rearranged my room, and now you see all my lights on my board here. Okay, first one. Oh, and I might as well tell you what I'm using. This is the Botanical Textured DSP. It's black and white, and it's on the last chance list, and it is for $10. Originally it was $12.50, but now you can get it for $10 while supplies last. It's on the last chance list. But I wanted to show you the paper that's in it. This one, and then that's the back side. And then we have that one and the back side. That one and the back side. This would make a good Halloween card. But I didn't make any Halloween cards other than what you saw. And then I have this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm missing one. Oh yeah, there's here. And that's the back. Then we have that one. That's the back. And then we have that one. And you know, you could use this on the front of your paper, like on the front of a card. And where you see the leaves that are not colored, you could put a tab of green on them. The same way with this one other one that's not. You can do your own coloring if you really want. Thank you for sharing, Tina. Okay, that's that. I'm going to need my paper here. I'm going to turn it this way. For my first card is this one here. Welcome, Deb. I'm glad you got the notification. Okay, and I just started, so you didn't miss anything other than the paper I'm using. It's called Botanical Textures, and it's on the last chance list for $10 while supplies last. Basic black, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. You need a piece of basic white 4 by 5 1/4. That's going to go inside with this one, but we're not going to put that in yet. This is lemon lime twist. This is 3/4 by 4. And then this is a 2-inch circle that I'm going to stamp thank you. And that is from With You in Mind. So we'll get that out. Now we're going to do some coloring on this piece. Get my colors out here. My Stampin' Blends or brushes. And I am going to start with Lemon Lime Twist. Hi, Sue. Welcome. And all I did was took my blending brush, and I am just going to go a little bit on the bottom here. And then I'm going to work my way up to the top. And you can make it as dark as you want or as light as you want. Okay. Lemon Lime Twist. Hi, Shirley. Welcome. This is my first card, so you didn't miss anything. I'm using the Botanical Gardens DSP. This is Lemon Lolly. And we're just going to put that on here. I didn't use a yellow brush. I'm sorry. Now it's mixed with whatever's on here. I thought I pulled my yellow one out. That's all right. It just gives it a little different look. Okay, and then we're going to do pool party. And I'm blending each of my colors into the color before. Okay, get these out of the way. Oh, can't put it away. I'm going to do the lemon lime twist for the paper inside. That way, because it's on the bottom here, it's just a continuation to the outside. So get the lemon lime twist, and we're just going to color this in, and then we can put it inside. Okay, put this out of the way. And I'm going to get my Memento Black while I'm stamping. We're using ink, and I'm going to get the thank you with you in mind stamp set. I need to clean it. It's not real sticky, but it will work for tonight. This just fits right on here. The T's a little off, but that I'm not worried about that. It says thank you. Okay, now we can put it together. We're going to glue this down. On the inside. And that's a 3/4 inch by 4. And then we can put this on the inside. I got glue on there. Okay. And then we can put this on the outside. Like so. Then we're going to take this strip and we're going to put that on the outside underneath the label. And it doesn't matter where you put it. You can put it up higher in the middle. I have it towards the bottom, a little below the middle. And then we need some dimensionals here. So we'll get my dimensionals are coming Friday, my regular ones. But I don't mind using these adhesive sheets. They work just as good, especially when you have a big project. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in some bling. And I use this. And let me find my markers. Well, I'll use my basic black blend. I used a Sharpie to color these, but I'll use my basic black dark, and I'm just gonna color these in very lightly because you don't want to ruin your tips. Did one of them. and 2 small ones. Okay. And then we're gonna put this one here. And using the blends like that, it dries pretty quickly because they're alcohol based, so they tend to dry quickly. And that would be card number 1. I lost that one anyway. I'll lay it there. Okay. Card number 2 is this one here. And I took this leaf off of that paper I told you could color, and I fussy cut it before tonight, so you didn't have to sit and watch me fussy cut it. 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4 basic white. Piece of basic black, 4 by 5 1/4. That will get laid there. So we'll put that one down. Okay. Then you need a piece of that designer series paper, 2 by 5 1/4. That's going to go over here, leaving a little bit of black showing on the side here. Okay. Then you need a piece of basic white that measures 2 1/4 by 4 1/4. That's where this gets glued on. Okay. So let's put a little glue on these leaves. And we're going to lay that down like so. And then I'm using a different thanks. I have all these stamp sets out. But I'm going to use the thanks sets from the Impressions of Bloom. So we're going to get our black. We're going to stamp that at the top like so. And then I'm going to get my dauber here. And we're going to get the black. And we're going to brush around. Just the outside all around. And if you want more than what I'm putting on, that's up to you. Okay. Close this up. We're going to glue this down. About half of the paper. Okay. I'm going to put this in here. This is 3/4 by 4. Okay. And then I need to make a bow for you guys. I thought I made one, but I guess I didn't. So you gotta watch me. Okay. Let's trim that a little. And then I need a glue dot. And we're going to put that right there. Put the bow there. And then get the bling out again. And I am using, this time, I'm using the neutral matted dots. And I'll put one here. One there. And one up here. Okay. And that's card number 2. Lay that over there. Next one is another one using that paper. I'm running out of space. I don't know if I like my room this way or not. Okay. This card here, you open it up, it has a piece of DSP in it. It's using basic black, which is 5.5 by 4.25. 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4.25. Piece of basic white for inside, and this is a 1/2 inch by 4. So we're going to put that on the side here. About like that, and then we can put this inside. Okay. This is 5.25 by 4, and I ran it through the 3D plaid embossing folder. Okay. And that is 4 by 5.25, and that's going to get laid right on top here. Since it's embossed, I put a little more on. I don't have that scored right. Let me see if I can fix it. That's better. Okay. This piece is 3 by 3 3/4. That'll get laid right over here with a little border around all 3 sides. Then we did 1 7/8 and 1 3/4 inch circle. The black is 1 7/8 and the white is 1 3/4. And I need hello, and I'm using a different hello. I'm using the one in the branching out. I think it'll fit. It'll just fit. Get this in and get our black. We're going to say hello. I'm going to make another bow for you guys. And then before I put it on there, I took my black Stampin' Right marker and I just went and did dashes all around. Like so. And then that gets glued onto the front. Like so. Then it needs to be with a pop-up dimensional. It's going to go there. And then the bow. Let me see if these work better. My yarn and ribbon scissors are in another drawer, and that's going to go up at the top. Get another dimensional or glue dot. I'm rolling it up in my fingers. Place it to the top. Lay that on there. And then I'll need those matted dots again. One, two, three. You know, when you run out of the color you use, you can take your Stampin' Blends or a Sharpie, and you can color any of these to get the color you want. Now, when you use a dark, this is Pecan Pie, it wouldn't be black. It would be okay, but if you would do another color, it might distort it a little. All right, there's card number 3. Told you they're quick and easy. Okay, next one. Is this one here. Now this one is not using any of that paper. It's a basic black, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. A piece of basic white. Hi, Renee. Oh, really? I wonder why. I wonder if it's something to do with my update on this program here that I'm using. That's odd. Huh. 5 1/4 by 4. That goes in the inside. But before I do, I want to stamp and the verbiage, because there's no verbiage out here. This is ran through the 3D corrugated embossing folder, and this is 4 by 5 1/4. That's going to go on the outside. But before I put that down, this ribbon I think is retired. It just retired. Oh, that's okay, Rosie. I'll show you the cards I did before you got here. This is the black and white checkered ribbon. I don't think it's on the last chance anymore. I think it's actually sold out, but I'm not sure. I didn't check before I got on. It's black and very vanilla. Um, Large check ribbon, 3/8 inch ribbon. I was looking. So before I put this back on, I'm going to put this down. And I'm going to use my old snail to hold the ribbon back here. I still have cartridges I have left over. I went and bought a bunch because at the time I was holding in-house stamping, and I ordered a bunch, and after I ordered them, they retired them. Okay, now I can put this on the front. I'm gonna make sure I put some glue on the ribbon so that it sticks. Being that it's corrugated, it's gonna require a little more glue. Okay, now this is from Impressions of Bloom. I used this die here. Okay, when you use this, it does cut this out just like this. This is the same. You get two of these. You get one of this and one of this. Okay, so I cut one out in basic white and one out in basic black. Okay, so I have the white rings and I have the black inside. Okay, so I have them for something else. I'm not sure yet. Okay, so I'm going to stamp on here with the Impressions of Bloom stamp set, or the flower, in Memento Black. Put that over here so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I am kind of going off to the left in the middle, but have it tilted to the left, the flower. Okay, then I'm going to use lemon lolly lemon lime twist for the leaves, lemon lolly for the center, and pecan pie. So now you get to watch me color. If you do, our markers are on the last chance. So if you want to get them before they're gone, now's the time to do it. I'm not getting rid of mine. I'll use them till they dry up. I was thinking about saving my pennies and get another set. I use these more than I do the blends. I understand why they get rid of it, because we're getting rid of the red Palmer the red dough, red rubber stamps. And basically that's what we use these on. And since we're not going to have them, then I guess they figured they didn't need the markers anymore. You could still use these on the photo palmer ones. You wouldn't be able to use your blends on photo palmer because it's alcohol, so it would dry quick. Okay, that's all that's going to be done on this. So we're going to lay this down first, and then this gets over top, okay? So let me glue this down. You're going to place it where you want to put it. Okay, then I'm going to get my silicone mat and my handy duty yellow rubber thing. I'll put some glue down here. We're going to lay this down and we're going to tap this in here. Yeah, I do too, Rosie. I do. I don't get their logic. I mean, I understand, but us old timers that been in it for 20 some years, we have red rubber. Okay, then after you put glue on that, you're going to lay this around that oval. And you can move this closer to get it up against the image there. And then you just press it down. Okay? So, we'll bring in the dots again. And then we're going to do the inside. Okay? So the inside, I did this. So, I'm going to get my paper here. Bring in the flower again. Ink it up. And we're just going to put some bright on the end here. Okay, get that off of there. Then we need, that is from, oh, I'm using You Are Remarkable, I'm sorry, on here. The Impressions of Bloom was just the ovals. But we're using You Are Remarkable. I don't know if I told you that or not. And what did I use? Friends are in the garden of, friends are flowers in the garden of life. So I'll put that there. Yep. And then we're gonna put this down here like so. Then I'm gonna bring in the green again, lemon lime twist, and I'm just gonna do these real quick. Okay, and then get the yellow for the center. And pecan pie for the berries, very center. Okay, then we can put that on the inside. Okay. And then the next one is this one. In fact, this one and the next one, my sister Tina was here on the weekend, and I was creating this card when she came in, and she helped give me some suggestions on that. But I'm missing, oh, there it is. So I'm going to show you how I did that. 8.5 by 5.5. Scored at 4.25. Basic white, 4 by 5.25. Now we're going to have fun with this one. And we need berry burst and a blending brush. And we're going to run the blending brush on here. We're going to tap it on here before we go on our paper, and we're just going to do the whole page, the whole sheet of card with this color. Now, if you didn't have the blending brush, you could do daubers. This works better. If you didn't have the daubers or the blending brush, we do have DSP, the beautiful bokeh, and it does have berry burst paper in. You could use that. It would work the same way. So I got some spots there. I didn't tap off the paper first. But you make it as dark as you want. I'm going to do a little bit more. Okay. That's that one. So now we're going to stamp this flower again in basic black. And we're going to put it in the center. I think I have it up further. Yeah, but that's all right. Okay. Done with that. I went ahead and fussy cut a white flower out. And I took a dauber and petal and bubble bath and went in the center before I did the yellow, the lemon lolly and pecan pie, to give it a little pink in the middle there, because my sister told me there was a little pink inside in the middle. My sister Tina. And I listened. And that gets popped up. like so. Okay, I don't like that spots there. On here, I took the lemon lolly or lemon lime twist, and I did the flowers. I mean the leaves. You wouldn't have to if you didn't want to. You could leave it the way it is. Okay. Then in that set, there's these little dots. And we're going to get the berry burst. And we're going to put one there, one there, one up here, and one there. Okay. Gonna get my bling back. And we're going to use these. I think these are gone, retired, but I need to use some of this stuff up instead of getting rid of it. So one's going to go here. One's going to go over here. And one's going to go down here. Okay, now that is for the front. Okay, but on the inside, oh, I didn't do the right. This is 4 1/4 by 11. Sometimes the simplest things mean the most. So we're going to get that stamp set out. Nope, that's don't fit on there. And we're going to get berry burst back. And we're going to, yeah, in the middle. We're going to stamp that in the middle. Okay. Then we're going to take our dots and we're going to stamp off, and stamp down. Stamp off, stamp down. And that is going to be on the front. And then we are done number 4 or 5, I guess. And the next one, Tina also helped me with. She gave me her opinion. And I have to explain to you how I came up with the image here. This is using Sunrise Sailing. Did I leave that out? I left that out. Hold on. It's using this stamp set, Sunrise Sailing. Okay, that comes with a 3D embossing folder. It's called a hybrid. And what I did was, this is a 6x6 embossing folder. Okay, what I did was cut a 6x6 basic white, laid it in there, and did the whole thing. Well, on my scrapbooking Wednesday, I also used this set, and I cut the water, the waves off here. I cut it off because I'm using it on my scrapbook page for Wednesday. So I left me this top part here. Well, then I just cut it down to make a card front. Okay, just wanted to let you know that. And I went and did Balming Blue and just went over it a little bit with a dauber. Okay. Well, I did it on both because I was going to put both of them on my page. And see, I did a darker blue down here, and then I did this up here. These little birds, they're already embossed in there. Okay, so I just took my black Stampin' Right marker and just went over the raised part here on both of them. So we're going to do this, and when you open it up, you're destined for great things. So you need a 8.5 by 5.5 Balmy Blue, and you're scoring that at 4 1/4. Basic black, 4 by 5 1/4. And you're just going to put that on the front. Then I went ahead, being that this was a 6 here, I cut a half off each side to make it a 5. Okay. And this is 3 3/4. And that will go right here. And I still have a little bit of black here at the bottom where the boat base is. So that just gets glued on. Okay. Then you're going to stamp your destined for great things. Basic black or Memento black. And that just goes in the middle. And that goes in the middle of your card. All right, that's card number 6. Thanks, Deb. Now we're on the last one, and that's a little more stamping. I was going to just show you some of these cards and not make them, and I decided to go ahead and make them because I'm always off of here by 10-15 minutes. I'm going on to an hour. Okay, this is my next card. And when you open it up, it's there. Now, on my inside, I'll have a bigger piece here. I had just this laying here, and I used it for my inside. But we're going to do that one. Basic black. Same 8.5 by 5.5 score to 4 1/4. lemon, oh, this is soft sea foam, 4 by 5 1/4. We're going to stamp on that and stamp on this. This is 4 by 5 1/4. And we're stamping on this. This says, friends are flowers in the garden of life. So, I need Cajun Craze and Mossy Meadow, because this is, my flowers are done in watercolor crayons or watercolor pencils. Okay, I need this one. Nope, that's not the one I want. I want Friends. There it is. Need to clean it. And we need to stamp that in Cajun Craze. About in the middle. Okay. And then I'm going to cut the tail, because I got to stamp the bee yet. In the middle. Okay. And then go from one end. And then flip it and go to the other way. Usually you get the same width, but I'm a little off, and I'm okay, because I guess I wasn't in the middle. I'm all right with that. Then I got some old olive twine. And again, I'm going to use my retired snail and put some back here to hold my twine in place. Over and that way. And then we're going to cut. Like so. Okay. Then this gets dimensionals. So I have this here. One will go there. And one will go at the top. Oh, I can't put that down yet. Got to stamp it first. And then on the inside, let me see what's on the, oh, it's just a stamp. We're going to stamp that a while, so that's out of the way. A lot of times I don't stamp anything on the inside. Got smudge there. Okay, now where are my pencils? I got them out. There they are. Close this up. Okay. I got smudge there again. Cajun Craze, Daffodil Delight, Old Olive, and blue. That's for the outside. So we're gonna just, I'm not being particular, because I'm going to use my blending pen. And we're going to color these in with that. where I have white spots. I'm going to do old olive, daffodil delight. And I need pecan pie. Do I have pecan pie in this one? No, it must be in this one. What's this one? There it is. Since set number 1. And then I need old olive to do the leaves. Okay. Then we're going to get our blending pen. And I'm going to do the old olive first. And you're just going to run that over where you colored. And blend that in to make it smoother looking. Okay. Then you're going to clean that off. And we're going to do the Cajun Craze. Now I'm not going to do anything to the center. I'm going to leave the yellow the way it is. Okay. And do I have something stamped or not? No. So that's going to go on the inside. I'll get that smudge off. Get my little eraser. I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. There, gone. Okay. Now we're going to work on the front. Let me bring in this paper here. Get rid of these. Bossy Meadow. And I need this stamp out of the Your Remarkable stamp set. And this is just going to get stamped around. No particular, oh, I didn't get that one. Let's see if I can match it up. Oh, good. Good job, Deb. Good job. All right. Then we're going to bring in the flower again. And we're going to stamp that in the black. because we're going to color them in with the pencils. And you don't really see it being black then that way. I'm just filling in the holes. And then this one. And then see, this sign will go in the middle and cover that middle up. And now we're going to get these pencils back. I'm going to do Old Olive real quick. And I'm just going over the mossy meadow where the leaves are. Hard to see the leaves over the green and mossy meadow. I had that problem when I made the other card. And that one don't have one. Cajun Craze. Now on this card here, I really, oh, thank you, Linda. I really colored dark. I pressed real hard to get the color. I'm going to just do like I did the inside and see how it looks. Because I did go over the blending with the blending pen after I colored real dark. I pressed hard just to get it colored in to see what it looked like. Okay, and then this one here. I was going to have all this done so you didn't have to sit and watch me color. And then this one gets blue down here. And this is just blue on the pencil. It reminds me of azure afternoon blue. Okay, now we have the centers. Wrong one. And then we're going to take the blender pen. What did I do with it? And we're just going to go over these. I'm sorry I'm not talking. I can't believe this month's almost over. After I get this one done, I'll put everything out so you can see what I did tonight. And like I said, I've been on an hour and 7 minutes. It has to be a record for me. Okay. Put the cap on. And let's glue this to the front. Why do I have a black one? It's supposed to be mossy meadow. It's not going to be black now. I don't have the mossy meadow here. I think I probably put black because it was there. And then this one, I need to stamp the little bees. This is 2 little bees. Oh, forgot I got the adhesive on here. Or the dimensionals. Okay, so now let's take this off because I gotta finish the yarn, the twine. It's gonna go on the front, like so. Give me a piece of twine. It'll take me forever to clean up after the night. And all I did was just tie a knot. I did not do anything special. And we're just gonna trim it. All right, there you got it. 7 cards tonight. 1. Let me get some stuff out of the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Oh, thanks, Rosie. All right, guys. That is what I did tonight. I started out with just black and white and what you can do with black and white paper and DSP. And then I started working on other ones and I came up with these. I hope you liked them. All right. That is all I have for you tonight. I will be back Wednesday at 8 o'clock with Scrapbooking Wednesday, and it'll be using the sunrise sailing stamp set. So, thanks, Linda. So, all right. Well, I want to thank everybody for sticking with me tonight for my long video here. You guys are used to me only doing 15-20 minutes. All right, guys. Thank you for being with me tonight. I appreciate every one of you guys. And I will be back Wednesday at 8 o'clock. Have a wonderful rest of the evening.